Hello friends, welcome back in the online classes subject EVS and children. Today we are going to see the next page number 115 of the same lesson number 19, my school. And children, here in this picture you can see the different facilities which are available in the school. Okay, which are these? Library, assembly hall, computer lab, playground, school buses, counselor, first aid, cleanliness. All these things are available in the school. And what do we learn in school? With the help of these all things. In school we learn how to keep ourselves clean. We learn how to keep ourselves clean. Teachers are teaching us the lessons through which we can understand. We also learn the importance of keeping the public places clean. Public places. So other things which are available in the school, all these places we learn to keep clean. Personal and public hygiene helps to keep us healthy. Personal means our own. Public means other things which are in the school available. Hygiene means cleanliness. So these things we learn in the school and it helps to keep us healthy. Okay. So in the next page, one activity is given. Try this. In some schools, 2 to 3 students in each classroom take turn to remove the garbage in the classroom after school is over. They keep the class clean and thus children get used to voluntary work. They feel affection for the school and the class. Does your school have such an arrangement? If not, prepare a monthly timetable for cleaning your classroom. Include all of your classmates in this task. A certificate or rotating cup or shield can be given for a clean classroom. This is an activity which you have to do in the class. You have to clean your class and you have to make the groups of the students and you have to ask each group to keep the class clean. But this activity you have to do in the school. So here we are not going to learn more about that. Can you tell why is there a crowd and some hullabaloo near the water tank? Here is water tank and you can see here children are shouting. Big crowd is there for what? For water. What rules should be followed while using school facility? So instead of running and rushing, they can make a line, a queue, which will help to stop all these things. Where else can we use the rules of school discipline? Where we can use the rule of school discipline? As you know that when you were going to school, that time we were going for assembly in the line, going to the class in the line. All these things you were following. It was a part of our discipline. Okay. If we are following such a type of discipline, then there is a proper management in the school. The school feels very nice place to be. We all like school. A school has facilities like a library, playground and computer lab, which we all use. Everyone should be able to use these facilities. We should follow certain rules while using these facilities. Just now I told you, when you are going to library or computer lab or playground or for assembly, you should go in line and you should use all these facilities in proper way. We should wait in queues. Queues means line. Books borrowed from the library should be returned on time. We should not tear or damage the pages of the book. We must keep the walls and benches in the classroom clean. We must return the sports equipment to its proper place after using it. So, all these things we should follow in the school and it is a part of discipline. Correct? Can you tell why do friends quarrel? What will you do to resolve the quarrel peacefully? Why they are quarreling here? Maybe something has happened between them and they started quarreling. So how you will help them to stop their quarrel? Okay, quarrel means fighting. Okay, so this we can ask them to go to teacher, not to fight here. like these things we can ask them to do. How will you behave with the person you have quarreled with after the quarrel has ended? So imagine if you are one of the person who is fighting here. So how you will behave with the person with whom you have quarreled? Okay, you have to think it. You will not look at that person only. Yes or no? Will you take the help of a teacher to resolve the quarrel? Yes, you should take the help of your teacher. Instead of fighting, you should go to teacher and you should resolve your problems. Okay. Here on next page, quarrels may arise between friends, but they should be resolved amicably. So quarrels can be there, fightings can be there between friends, but it should be resolved. It should stop. It should finish amicably. Means by understanding each other, we should stop it. Every person who is quarreling should get a chance to present their side. And when you will go to teacher, teacher will ask you what you have done and what your friend has done. So both will get chance to explain his side. Quarrels should not lead to physical fights, but you should not fight physically. Means you should not trouble physically to your friend. Okay. The teacher should be asked to help if a quarrel can not be resolved. Resolving quarrels peacefully is a good way to end them. So we should resolve the quarrels. We should stop all these things very peacefully, not by fighting. It teaches us to solve problems in community life amicably. If issues in community life are resolved peacefully, many of our problems will be solved. So children, this is about your school. With your friends you are quarreling, you are fighting, and you should stop all these things very peacefully. Okay. So these same things we have to use in the community. When we are living in the community, that time many times people are fighting with each other because of different issues. So all these things should not be done in the society also. And if it has happened, it should be the problem should be solved very peacefully, not by fighting. Then and then it will help our society to be a peaceful society. Next, can you tell here one question is given. Are there any children in your area who do not attend school? Why do they not go to school? Children, you can see here two pictures. The boy is selling garlands and here the boy is doing the work with the bricks. Okay, maybe it is construction work. So children, like these children are not going to school. They are doing work. Okay, it is called as child labor. So we can see in our society and we can find out such a type of children who are doing such work. Instead of going school, they are doing the work. Here also backside one you can see these small children, they are doing some stunts, and this is the entertainment for the people, but really it is hard work for these small children. Each child must get the opportunity to attend school. School is for everyone. We learn how to get along with others at school. We get to know a lot of people at school. We realize that we are a part of society. So in school we learn so many things. We can understand how to behave with each other. We can understand about the people. We can realize that we are the part of the society because of the school. There is a ban on employing children below the age of 14 years in factories, mines and in other hazardous occupations. In 2006, the right against exploitation was expanded to include child labor. It made all kinds of child labor illegal. So just now I told you this is the child labor, and hazardous occupation means work where lot of hard work is there. Such a type of things are not allowed in our society, and it is banned in our society. It is illegal. Child labor is illegal, so it should not be happen in our society. We should take care of all these things. So here we have finished our lesson. You have to complete the workbook writing, which I will give after this lesson. Thank you.